All right, hello everyone. So let's take a look at what's going on today. Right, it's a new week, new month as well. Actually, let's take a look. Let's start with gold, Euro dollar SP 500 as usual, and then we'll move on. Now, gold is, these are high levels. The market's sideways on a bigger time frame, so we're not shy on selling the highs. But last week, remember, I did say we had a breakout on the daily, and we didn't mind doing a day trade going long into our targets, which the market made. All right, and Friday was a swing day, so if you utilized that day, you could have gone down south as well there. Last week, I also gave this zone as a target because this is where the market picked up. So we had I think like two levels, maybe here and here at Astro hours. If you take a look at the Astro hours, this is an Astro hour, and about 2 bars later, this is a 15-minute chart. So about half an hour later, the market just crashed down, and as you can see, the market bounced back up again. So if you bought the lows, you still would have been okay, and if you sold there, you should have been okay too. Now today, as you can see, we're a bit busy because we've got news coming out. So check it out, and there's going to be a bit of action, Jackson. So because the hours are like really, really close here, as you can see, we're going to have to do a bit of cherry picking. So the cherry picking might be the hours where we've got 2:50 my time. So from 2:50 to like 3 o'clock, and 3:30 to 4 o'clock, and 4:35. So that zone basically could be nice to trade at. Okay. And that's basically it. Now, 12 o'clock is also okay from 12 to from like 11:30 to 12 o'clock. Actually, 5 minutes past 12 is not a bad spot to take a look to see if you can get in somewhere. And once the market finds direction, all right, then we should like kind of carry on. We've got a special hour for gold, which is 10:45. It's not on the members area, so you can note that down. 10:45 for gold. All right. So that could kind of like push us up again. Now, today is not a swing day for gold. Okay. So that means if we buy the lows, we might like kind of push up. Okay. Now, where to buy is a good question. So on the daily, we've got 46. So we're going to put 2025 on the cards here, which is going to be 2025 is there. The weekly pivot is there. Oops, no, it's not. Let me just refresh that. The weekly pivot is up here. So we've got 2025, which is one level, and that's on the daily. Let's check out the weekly as well to see if we've got anything there. Okie dokie. On the weekly, what have I got? 2019, 52.49. 2013, 1995. So I've got 2013 here. Which I'm going to just move down. 2013 is there. On the price, I've got 2019, which is there. Okay. Which is a previous week's low. That's pretty much just below the previous day low. So that's Friday. So if they want to sweep, we can go. So this is not a bad spot, this 2025. Okay. And then we've got that. So I can get rid of these. And on the weekly, if this all breaks down, we've got 1995 there. So if we do buy, let's say we bought where we're going to go up to. So we'll come up to there. So if the market comes down, we can go up there. If it breaks out, we can go up to there. So we've got targets. So just note them down. The opening to the daily pivot. So that's 2041 and a half to, what's that? 2039. So that's one level. Okay. So if we buy the low, we can try to go up there. On the daily, the PST level is up there. So if the market does decide to go up into that zone, we've got 2058, 2074. Let's take a look at the weekly. 61, 2070. So you know what? I'm going to just put 2070 right there. I'm going to get rid of this because that's a weekly target and it's the first one. So if we want to go up, going up there is not a bad thing. On the monthly, as you can see, we're in no man's land. At 66 is going to be 2,149. So that's quite far out. Okay. So we won't need to do that. And we've got 2,084 on the price. Okay. If the market does decide to go up. And 66 is 2,124, but we'll cross that bridge if we get up to there. So that initial target, 2,070, is looking good. I'm just going to put this 84 here on the price target. Okay. So if we do want to buy, down here is not a bad idea at all. If the market comes down in between this zone here, pushing up is not a bad idea because it is okay on the daily there, 46, and also on the weekly, that 52 level is also okay. All right. So let's take a look at SP 500. Now this SP 500, that's your Feb, that's monthly there. As you can see, that's like pretty much gone off the Richter scale. So the market is still going up, obviously, and until we are proven wrong, we will continue to see it that way. So what do we want to do? Well, on the weekly, there's not much to do, okay? We might come back down into here, so that'll be a good buy kiss. So market coming back down to 4,918.11. Let's check it out, 4,918 and 11 is here. I'm just going to refresh the chart as well. That's your 11 there. All right. Let me just refresh this. Now, Friday was a swing day for SP 500. As you can see, that was a swing hour there as well. So market picked up the lows, went up into a higher high. And I did note last week that this could be actually a swing, that the market should go higher if it's going to go up. And it did go actually higher. All right. So then up into that hour. So what's that going to give us today? Let's take a look on the monthly. Like I said, we're pretty much up there on the targets on the PST. If it wants to go higher, maybe it'll stick around here for a little bit. Let's not speculate. On the weekly, a good buy kiss down here is not a bad idea. On the daily, 77, 5,056. I'm going to put 5,056 there because the market might go up. If it does, at least we'll have a target, 5,056. That's on the daily until daily conditions change. So what to do basically? If the market comes down first, okay, this zone will be a buy zone, as you can see here. On the daily, that is a support level 56, which is 4,889. 4,889. What I'm going to do is 4,800 and I'm going to take this. No, wait. I'll just do this 4,889. So this is a daily support. Okay. So market coming into here to test it, coming down here to retest to go up is okay if it comes down first. Okay, so if it comes down first, that's going to be a buy level. If it goes up first, that's going to be a sell level. And the LCL is 5,165. We'll cross that bridge if it starts breaking up. On the weekly, though, like I said, I don't have a target up here. Okay, so what we can do, if you're using your 80 AM strategy, two things you can do. You can take that and just stick it up there. Okay, that's one thing. The second one you can do is take that, stick it there. Okay. If the market goes there, that's your sell zone. Okay, so that'd be like a sell zone at an Astro hour. It's pretty close to that line, as you can see. Okay. Now remember the swing days, SP 500. So Monday's a swing day. So if the market does tilt up a little bit, coming down is not a bad idea. But if it comes down first, Monday could be a swing day to go upwards. All right. So don't disregard that option either. But we should pop down if it does, looking to go back up. Retest the highs or making a higher high is an option. Okay, and because there are a bunch of swing hours, you might want to cherry pick, like I said, those hours in the same way. Let's take a look at the euro dollar. So on the monthly, this is where we are now. This is a nice breakdown on the monthly. As you can see, that 49, 1.0804 has broken down. And that's what we'd like to see. Now we'd like to see the market coming down as well. Now, last week, remember, I said this is a zone where the market can pick up. It went up to resell, and that's fine. Why? Because, let's get to that 15 minutes. Remember, 1.0890. All right. And that was a beautiful swing hour right on the price and bang down. Okay. So now what are we up to? The weekly, this is 44. Now I wouldn't sell down here. 1.0755. Okay. Why? Until this breaks down, this is still going to be a resistance. Why? Because it's a weekly target. So 1.0755 is here. All right. And that is pretty much the last target on the weekly. So do I really want to be selling there? No. Okay. On the monthly, that line 49 is 1.0804. I'm just going to mark that 1.0804, which is there. All right. This was that breakout. So here we've got the weekly and the daily pivots, right? So if we come up here, this is an option to sell at an Astro hour. Not a bad place to be selling. The other option is we've got a big gap here. So if the market does pop up, you can. Now, if you take a look at the euro dollar, today is a swing day. So looking for a low to go up is not a bad idea, okay? And that 1.0755 is one option on the card. So if we do go up, it's okay. 0728 also on the monthly is a price, 0728. So you want to put that into there, 0728. On the weekly though, as you can see, other than this price, we don't have anything except that 0767 and 14. So what we can do, 0767 is there, okay? And then 0714 is here. So we can kind of like range these up, okay? So we can say this is one zone for support, this is another zone for support. At Astro hours, the lows are okay to go up because Monday is a swing day. On the daily, I've got 30 there, which is 1.0732 and 0716. So 0732, what I can do is do this. 0732 and 0716 is in here. So if the market dips into that zone as well, we're okay. Why? Because that's your 30, 0732, and your HCL1 is 1.0716, which is that red line there. Okay, and remember last week I said no selling from here. You can only sell from the highs, and that's a nice sweep, as you can see there, terrorizing the market. So it's all good. No big deal there. If you're drawing your lines, you should be okay in any case, as you can see. All right. So buying the lows on a Monday, if we come down a little bit, I think is okay to do so. All right. In order to push up and we can get some daily profit on that. And you should be targeting, if the market comes down, you should be targeting the opening, that level, any breakout on top, you go back up into that zone there. Other than that, we don't have a target other than this, 47, 0855. So you can put 0855 there as a target as well. So when we're going up, those are the levels which we should pay attention to. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Obviously, you should be doing those at Astro hours when price meets time. Like you can see here, we had price and time there at 0890 when we marked in that price level before. Right then. All right, Dow Jones. Let's take a look. New month, Feb. Nice. Well, there you go. All right, target right there. Not a bad place to turn around. 39,016 there. So we could still make a higher high. That could take us into Wednesday, Thursday. If you take a look at your swing days. Now, Monday's a swing day. So if we dip down, we want to be buying. Okay. And that's basically, as you can see, the market went up here on Friday as well, coming down. And as you know, last week, Dow Jones swing days was Tuesday and Friday. All right. So that's Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday. All right. So Tuesday. And we had SP 500 Monday. So Monday was the low there, going up into a higher high on Friday. And that's fine. So SP 500 last week was also a Friday swing day. Dow Jones Friday swing day, and Nasdaq had a Friday swing day. So they all made that higher high. And I did say if the market goes up, it should go higher. Now, what? If we dip down here, that weekly pivot, this level here is okay to go long. We also have a bit of a gap here. So the market's got two places. Three places. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. This place is not a bad spot since this is where the market picked up. You can also do, let's see, 77, 39.82. So 39.82 is a bit out there. But I will put this in because the points are pretty close. 39.82 is there. All right, so that's also one zone. On the weekly, I don't have a place, but a lower target is going to be the 73.74, which is 38,397,446. 446 is there. So that weekly pivot will take that one. So this is a level where the market can buy, and that's logical because that's a weekly. Good buy is happening there. Like I said, on the monthly, the price I've marked in there, and that's 38,780. 38,780 is done. All right, so selling from here or up here during the week, if we go higher, is not a bad idea at Astro hours. Now on the daily target down, if we keep going down, 60 to 57, so 38,342, 246. 342, 3826 was it? Let's just double check. 57, 38, 256. 38, 256 is around there. Okay, so the market still has a bit of room to push down as well, as you can see. So, and that's it. If we break below this, which I think we might do, we'll see how things pan out. This is a big push up, right? So we should come back at least into this zone sometime one way or another. If this thing keeps going up, then we're going to have a harsh crash down, because that's how it should happen, like this. You see what I mean? So that we're going up, up, and then a big bang down. Going up, 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 and up, big bang down. Something like this is like doable. Okay, so we're going up, 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 and then a bang down. And that bang down, yeah, springtime. So we'll see how things pan out, okay? But I don't see this thing going up, up, and up too far, because that spring is coming. We'll see. We'll see. So what you can do, you can play both sides of the market. When at the Astro hours, if we come down, you want to go up, you can. If we go up, you want to sell, you can. At the swing days, time equals price. You should be better and safer. All right. So those are the levels there. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. Same kind of thing. Here we are with NASDAQ. Things still might have a bit of room to go. As you can see, we haven't made any monthly targets. There's a huge divergence though, as you can see. On the weekly, we're at resistance level here. So this, if this breaks out, don't stand in front of it, obviously. What you can do if you're using your ATAM strategy is just do this, because that'll help you target, okay? That'll help you to target the zone. I'll just put them in there. There we go. So if it breaks out, then that's going to be a target. This zone here is LCL1 14678. 14678, which is pretty much there, guys. As you can see, that's Friday. Bang. That's the beauty about price and time magic. On the daily, that's 71 to 73. 17, 8, 7, 2, 9, 9, 8. Seventeen, 8, 7, 2. Nine, 9, 8. There's a bit out there. But we'll see how things pan out. This is not a bad place as well. So if the market goes up first, we can sell down. If it comes down first, we can go up. NASDAQ is a bit tricky, guys, because we've got a bunch of days for NASDAQ, okay? And Monday is one of them. So it could go up, down, push up, sell down afterwards. So going to be a bit, have to be a bit more careful. You can wait for the market to come down here, or the lows. Let's see where is a good place for the weekly. 73 is your first support at 17,571. Which is there, which is what the market has already done, as you can see. So this zone is okay for a support to kind of push up. The weekly is okay to kind of push up. This level is HCL1, 17,500. 17,500 is there. So this is okay at Astro hours. And that's basically it. Okay, so that's basically it. Other than that, as you can see, the trend is still going up. So we haven't really seen a sign of a reversal, okay? But this could be a sweep because it closed lower, as you can see last week, which is nice to see. I told you last week as well, NASDAQ is the only one that's looking rational out of all of the others. So this is a nice breakdown. So selling again might be the way to go. You might want to keep these in mind if you're using NASDAQ. Okay, these are price targets. So it's done the first target already, but if it decides to go higher, you can target 17,794,843 zone as well. And 71 here is 17,872, which is pretty close to the tops here, 17,872. 872 somewhere up there, as you can see. All right, so if that's the case, but if we see the market kind of like, crashing down, then you're going to have to be careful because there are too many swing days on this one. You might want to go with the same days as the other indices. Take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, as you can see, this is February. Last month it did those targets, and from there the market started to sell off. On the weekly, this is where we're at. So selling the highs again is, like I said, is the way to go. If you're going to do any buying, do the lows. Those places are going to be 41,393, that line there. On the weekly, look at that, 56, not a bad place to buy at 39,645. And if you want to sell on the weekly, that's also good. 49,245, which is that line there. Also, look, on the daily, the resistance is here and here, 54 and 56. So 42,934 and 43,266, 43,385. Those are sell zones here. So that sell to push further down, okay? As you can see, there's a triangle here. If you want to wait for the triangle to break down, that's also okay. Not a problem. Can this break out? It can. Why? Because remember from last week's, like previous weeks, we've got a gap here. If the market wants to close that up, it can. So if it starts to break above that, then your targeting is going to be in that zone there from 63 to 60, 63 to 66, which is 4434, 44888. All right. And then you got this zone here as well, which is where the gap ends. Okay. So be mindful. It's a bit tricky. It's in the middle of nowhere. And if it breaks out in both directions, it could go both ways. Why? Because there's a big push down, and then we've got this retracement to push further down. On the weekly, you consider selling pressure and also buying from the lows. So it's a bit in the middle of nowhere. It's a bit tricky for this one, but I'd rather be a seller at the highs here, and then see how things pan out. And then if you want to buy, do the buying at the lows here, at these levels here, to go up. Okay, and don't muck around in the middle of nowhere.